Namaskar. Today's topic is open mapping. This is for the students of MSc Maths fourth semester and for the paper Functional Analysis 4C sixth paper. So in this, today's topic we discussed open mapping and an important theorem, open mapping theorem. So first we define the open mapping, that let n and n dash be two norm linear spaces with the same scalars. Then a mapping T from n to n dash is said to be open mapping if for every open set G in n, Tg is open in n dash. So if the mapping is such that it will take us each open set in the open set, then we will say that T is an open mapping. Similarly, a mapping T from n to n dash is said to be closed mapping if for every closed set H in n, Th is closed in n dash. So here we consider B and B dash are Banach spaces and the symbol SXR and S dash XR will be used to denote the open space with center X and radius R in B and B dash respectively. Also SR and SR dash will denote these space when the center is at the origin. So two important results about these open space are following. The first one is that A result A S of the XR equal to X plus SR. Here this SR is the sphere at the origin with radius R. So we prove this, that let Y belonging to SXR implies and is implies norm of the Y minus X is less than R, and this implies norm Z is less than R, where we put Z equal to Y minus X. So this implies Y equal to X plus Z and norm Z is less than R. So, we can say that this implies and is implies Y equal to Y belongs to X plus SR. And the second result is that SR equal to RS1. Here left hand side the sphere with radius R and right hand side sphere with radius 1. So by definition SR equal to X such that norm of the X is less than R. This is implies equal to X such that norm of the X upon R is less than 1. So we can put this X as Ry, then we obtain this as Ry such that norm of the Y is less than 1, then and take this R outside, then we obtain this as R to S1. So we use these two results frequently for the further results theorems. That the first one is that S of the X plus R equal to X plus SR. So we can shift the origin here, that the center of this sphere is at X and center of this SR is at the origin. And in the second property, we take its radius outside and it will become the sphere with radius 1. So for the important theorem, open mapping theorem, and the required lemma for the previous result, we are having a lemma, and which statement of the lemma is like this: let B and B dash be Banach spaces and T be a continuous linear transformation of B onto B dash. Then the image of each open sphere centered at the origin in B contains an open sphere centered at the origin in B dash. So this lemma tells us that if we are having a open sphere centered at B, centered at the origin in B, then its image will also contain a center or sphere centered at the origin in B dash. So we prove its proof is little bit lengthy and we omit some step. So let SR and SR dash be the open space centered at origin and radius R in B and B dash respectively. As proved before, we have that SR equal to RS1 and show that T of the SR equal to T RS1 equal to RTS1 because T is linear transformation. So this we denote as equation number 1. So it suffices to prove that T_S1 contains some SR dash. So we start by proving that T_S1 closure. This bar means the closure of the T_S1 contains some SR dash for each positive integer and consider open space Sn in B. Then it is obvious that B equal to union n equal to 1 to infinity Sn. So this we can obtain by as a B is Banach space, complete space and is of second category. So from bare category theorem this result can be obtained. So as T is onto, therefore B dash equal to TB equal to T union n equal to 1 to infinity Sn and this is equal to union n equal to 1 to infinity Tsn. As T is continuous linear transformation, so we can take this union outside to this bracket. So as B dash is complete and it is of the second category, hence by bare category theorem that there is exist at least one set Tsn which is non-dense set, sorry, which is dense set. So we have that Tsn closure and its integer open or integer set is non-empty set for some n0. This is by the bare category theorem property. So that is Tsn closure has an interior point y0 which may be assumed to lie in Tsn0 and the existence of such a point y0 can be proved as follows. Let y be y is an interior point of Tsn0 closure, then there exists, this implies that there exists an open set G such that y belongs to G and which is subset of the Tsn0 bar. So, but y belongs to Tsn0 bar, this implies y is an adherent point of Tsn0 and therefore the neighborhood G of y must contain a point y0 of Tsn0. Thus, y0 belongs to Tsn0 is such that y0 belongs to G is subset of the Tsn0 bar, which implies that y0 is an interior point of the Tsn0 bar. Now consider a mapping f from B dash to B dash such that the value of the fy is y minus y0. We are considering the mapping f from B dash to B dash such that fy equal to y minus y0. We shall show that this map f is a homeomorphism of B dash onto itself, that is 1 1 onto and continuous, and also f inverse is continuous. So because f is 1 1 onto, so it is obvious let y 1 1 onto is obvious, let yn be a sequence in B dash such that yn tends to y. Then f of the yn equal to yn minus y0 implies tends to y minus y0 equal to fy. Therefore, we obtain that as yn tends to y implies f of the yn tends to f of the y. Therefore, f is continuous. For the f inverse, we choose like this. Now f of the fyn plus y0 equal to yn plus y0 minus y0 by definition of the f, and this is equal to yn. Therefore f inverse yn equal to yn plus y0, and which will tend to y plus y0 as yn tending to y. So, and this is equal to f inverse y. So we obtain that as yn tends to y, then f inverse of the yn tends to f inverse y. Therefore, as f inverse is also continuous. Hence, f is homeomorphism, and we shall now use this map to show that 0 is an interior point of t Sn0 bar minus y0. Now y0 is an interior point of t Sn0 bar. This implies that there exists an open set G such that y0 belonging to G is subset of the t Sn0 bar. And this implies, now we take mapping f on this equation, then we obtain fy0 belonging to fg is subset of the f of the t Sn0 bar. And now we apply the definition of the f, then this will become y0 minus y0 equal to 0 belonging to fg and is subset of the t Sn0 minus y0. Therefore, this 0 is an interior point of the t Sn0 minus y0, and this we denote as equation number. Now, because f is an open map being a homeomorphism, this is an f is an open map being a homomorphism. Therefore, fg is an open set in B dash, and so t Sn0 bar minus y0 is a neighborhood of the 0. Now we prove that t Sn0 minus y0 is subset of the t S2n0. So for this, for y belonging to t Sn0 minus y0 implies there exists x belonging to Sn0 such that y equal to tx minus y0, and but y0 belonging to t Sn0, therefore y0 equal to tx0 for some x0 belonging to Sn0. Thus we obtain that y equal to tx minus tx0, and as t is linear, therefore we can write this as tx minus x0, where x0 belongs to Sn0, and this we denote as equation number 3. Also, x0 belongs to Sn0, therefore norm of the x is less than n0 and norm of the x0 is less than n0. Therefore, we are having norm of the x minus x0 is less and equal to norm x plus norm of the x0, and which is less than 2 and 0. So this implies x minus x0 belongs to S2n0, and therefore t of the x minus x0 belongs to t S2n0. This implies y belongs to t S2n0. Thus we have shown that t of the Sn0 minus y0 is subset of the t S2n0, and this becomes 2n0 t S1. And therefore we obtain that t Sn0 minus y0 bar is subset of the 2n0 t S1 bar. and this we denote as equation number 4. And now we apply the mapping F, as F is a homomorphism, so that F of the Tsn0 bar is subset of the F Tsn0 whole bar. So this, by the definition of the F, this we can write as Tsn0 bar minus y0 is subset of the Tsn0 minus y0 bar, and this is subset of the 2n0 Ts1 bar by definition of F and equation 4. So this we denote as equation number 5. Now we define the mapping G B dash to B dash such that Gx equal to 2n0 x is evidently to be a homomorphism, and so that GTS1 bar equal to GTS1 bar, and this implies 2n0 TS1 bar is equal to 2n0 TS1. So by definition of G, which implies with the help of 5 that Tsn0 bar minus y0 is subset of the 2n0 Ts1 bar. This we denote as equation number 6. From 2 and 6, it follows that 0 is an interior point of the Ts1 bar. Hence there exists epsilon greater than 0 such that S of the S dash epsilon is subset of the Ts1 bar. So this we denote as equation number 7. Now we show that S epsilon dash is subset of the Ts3. Now to show that S epsilon S dash epsilon is subset of the Ts3. For this, let y belongs to S dash epsilon. This implies norm of the y is less than epsilon. Then by equation 7, y belongs to Ts1 bar, which implies that y is an adherent point of Ts1, and so there exists a vector y1 belongs to Ts1 such that norm of the y minus y1 is less than epsilon by 2. And as y1 belongs to Ts1 implies y1 equal to Tx1 for some x1 belongs to S1, where norm of the x1 is less than 1. So again from equation 7, we observe that S dash epsilon by 2 is subset of the Ts half bar, and therefore since norm of the y minus y1 is less than epsilon by 2, so we have y minus y1 belongs to S dash epsilon by 2 subset of the Ts half bar. So as before, there exists y2 in this Ts half such that norm of the y minus y1 minus y2 is less than epsilon by 2, where y2 equal to Tx2 and norm of the x2 is less than 1 by 2. So in this way, continuing in this way, we get a sequence xn in B such that norm of the xn is less than 1 by 2n minus 1, and norm of the y minus y1 plus y2 plus so on yn is less than epsilon by 2n. So we denote this by equation number 8, where yn equal to txn. So now if we take this as, we take Sn equal to x1 plus x2 plus so on xn, then norm of the Sn equal to norm of the x1 plus x2 plus xn, and this is equal to, sorry, this should be less and equal to, so here is the sign less and equal, less and equal norm x1 plus so on norm of the xn, and this is less than 1 plus 1 by 2 plus so on 1 by 2 n minus 1, and which by applying the property of geometric progression this is less than 2. So with this we denote as equation number 9 that tells us that norm of the Sn is less than 2. Now for also for n greater than m, we are having norm of the Sn minus Sm is equal to norm of the xm plus 1 and so on xn, and this is less and equal to norm xm plus 1 and so on norm xn, and this is equal to less than 1 by 2m plus so on 1 by 2n minus 1. Then applying the property of geometric progression, we can write this as 1 by 2 n minus 1, 1 minus 1 by 2 n minus m, and less than, sorry, divide by 1 minus 1 by 2. And so this becomes 1 by 2 power m minus 1 minus 1 by 1 upon 2 n minus m minus 1 tends this tends to 0 as mn tends to infinity. Hence Sn is a Cauchy sequence in B, and since B is a complete because this is Banach space, so there exists a vector x in B such that limit n tends to infinity Sn equal to x, and so that norm of the x equal to limit Sn equal to limit norm Sn because norm is continuous function, and this is less than equal to 2 by equation 9, and therefore norm of the x is less than equal to 2 is less than 3, therefore x belongs to S3, and now y1 plus y2 plus yn equal to tx1 plus tx2 plus so on txn, equation number 10. So then x equal to limit of the Sn equal to, this implies Tx equal to limit of the Tsn because T is continuous. So this is become limit T x1 plus x2 plus so on xn, and this is because T is linear, therefore we can open this as limit Tx1 plus Tx2 and Txn, and then by equation 10 we can write this as limit y1 plus y2 plus so on yn equal to y. So thus y equal to tx where norm of the x is less than 3, and so that y belongs to ts3. So thus we have shown that y belongs to s dash epsilon, then y belongs to ts3. Therefore, this s epsilon dash is subset of the ts3. So in this way, we have proved that the image of the such set open space centered at origin, then its image will contain a sphere centered at the origin, and so the proof is complete. Now the important theorem, the open mapping theorem. So its statement is that let B and B dash be Banach spaces over the same scalars and T be a continuous linear transformation of B onto B dash, then T is an open mapping. That is T, the image of the open space under the T is an open space. So the proof is, we apply the lemma for its proof. Let T be a mapping from B to B dash be continuous and onto. Then let G be an open set in B. Then to prove that TG is an open set in B dash. So for let y belongs to Tg, then y equal to Tx for some x belonging to G. And since G is an open set in B, So there exists open space SXR in B centered at X such that SXR contained in G. So then by our previous results that SXR equal to X plus SR, therefore X plus SR is subset of the G, where SR is an open sphere in B centered at origin. So then by the lemma proved earlier, there exists an open sphere S epsilon dash in B dash centered at origin such that S f dash epsilon is subset of the TSR. Therefore, y plus s dash epsilon is subset of the y plus TSR, and as y equal to tx, therefore tx this is equal to tx plus TSR and equal to tx plus SR. So this or s dash y epsilon is subset of the tx plus SR, and this is subset of the tg. So thus we have shown that to each y belonging to Tg, there exists an open space in B dash centered at y and contained in Tg, and so that Tg is an open set and hence T is an open mapping. So if T is continuous and B linear transformation from B to B dash, that T is an open. So we have proved this lemma. So most of the application of the open mapping theorem depend on the following special case. This theorem tells us that let B and B dash be Banach space and T be a one-one continuous linear transformation of B onto B dash, then T is a homomorphism, and in particular T inverse is automatically continuous. So given that T is one-one and continuous linear transformation, so in order to prove that T is a homomorphism, we are only to prove that T is an open mapping, and for this we shall give the same proof as that of the open mapping theorem, and in this theorem T is given to be one-one, and hence this additional property will make T as a homomorphism, and in particular when T is homomorphism, then its inverse T inverse is automatically continuous. So note that a one-to-one mapping T n to n dash is said to be homomorphism if and only if T and T inverse are continuous on n and n dash respectively, and it is an isometry mapping if and only if norm of the Tx equal to norm x for all x belonging to n. So in today's lecture, we have discussed the open mapping and the important theorem, open mapping theorem, and with the and proved a lemma for the help of the open mapping theorem. So for the more detail, students can go to any reference book, textbook. I am Dr. R. P. Somani, Associate Professor in Maths. Thank you.